study shows 1 in 5 Canadian couples have broken up because of money. Another 4 in 10 say it's a major cause of stress in their relationship. Joining us now with tips to help couples get on the same financial page is Peter Sashecki of Everything Financial. Good morning, Peter. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Oh. Happy Valentine's Day, and the office phone goes off as I go on air, so there you go.
Someone's calling. Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day.
Answering.
Don't answer it. You're live on the air right now. Okay, live TV, you never know what's going to happen. I bet you get a lot of clients, couples who come to you with these kinds of questions, and they maybe differ on their opinions about how the money should be spent. Why do they have these differences in opinions?
Money seems to be one of the biggest things of stress in a couple's relationship, and it's one of those things they have to agree on, or else the relationship could be, let's not say doomed to be a complete cynic, but could be in for some bumpy roads ahead. So the best thing is to get on the same page at the very beginning of a relationship, so you have less stress moving forward.
Yeah, and have those conversations. I think a lot of people are reluctant to have those conversations when they first get into a relationship or when they first get together. So what is one way that couples can determine if they are financially compatible, maybe before things get too serious?
The most difficult discussion right at the beginning of the relationship is the cohabitation agreement. If there is a big inequity in the amount of equity of money, cash, assets, each person is bringing into the relationship, then you should get a cohabitation agreement, because we always say it's easier to plan for the divorce when you get along. That's kind of an inside joke amongst lawyers and whatnot who do these things. But it's really just protecting the assets from that point backwards. You're still splitting things going forward, but it can be a tough discussion at the beginning. But why not just put it all out there, get it all sorted out at the beginning, and then you can move forward with your growth in your finances and your assets from that point forward.
Yeah, I do hear from people that they wish they would have had a cohabitation agreement before they moved in, so that is definitely something that is recommended. Also, let's talk about RRSPs, because the deadline, as you know, is looming. What should couples know about spousal RRSPs?
Well, this is a great one to use to your benefit. So a spousal RRSP is, say there's one of the members in the relationship is home, maybe more. You know, we always go to the old adage, raising kids or doing things, or maybe just working part-time, or maybe that person doesn't have a pension and the other person does. There's lots of reasons. But if your assets for retirement, there's a big difference in them. The higher income earner can do a spousal RSP, which means they're still getting the tax deduction, but the assets are going to the spouse. So when you hit retirement age, the goal is to each have about the same amount of money. The downside you have to remember of a spousal RSP, if the person who you're giving the money to, your spouse, even though you're getting the tax deduction, cashes in that money within a 3-year period of receiving some of that money, the tax goes back to the person who made the contribution. So you have to make sure you're both on the same page with the relationship to make sure suddenly you don't split and the person receiving the money cashes it in and you're stuck with the tax.
Yeah, very, very important. Okay, finally, in the case when one partner passes away, why is it important for spouses or couples to talk about beneficiary? Who's going to get what ahead of time?
Well, the great thing about RSPs, TFSAs, any registered type product, if you have your spouse as the beneficiary, then the money will pass over to that person with the same tax status. So your RSP, God forbid you pass away, becomes their RSP under the same tax treatment. But the other thing to remember, Carrie, is what if your spouse is predeceased to you? You should still name someone as a beneficiary. Maybe it's your children, or if you don't have children, niece, nephew, someone. Because then that money will pass to them outside of probate. So it's another way to save money. So always on your registered products, making sure you have a named beneficiary can help out with your estate plan. I mean, it's probate, depending how much money you have there, that can be significant, or at least just a beneficiary to your spouse. So your RSP becomes their RSP in the case of your death. Just smart estate planning, really. So we've covered kind of the beginning, the middle, and the end that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good information for couples, no matter what stage of the relationship that they're in. Thanks, Peter. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day, and buy your significant other flowers just because it's the day, maybe not because it's Valentine's Day.
Oh, and maybe not today, like do it tomorrow. It's not too late
tomorrow. roses might be on sale tomorrow, Carrie. Who knows?
And that's smart financial planning right there.
There you go.
Peter
All right, have a
Sashecki.
great day.
Yeah, you too. Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial.